Hi, hello, good people. Listen, I am excited about Thankful Thursdays. Listen, we're getting ready to chat shortly. I just came to formally introduce myself. I am Sheika Petteway, CEO of Elite Educational Enterprises. Now, listen, here's some things I need you to do. I need you to share this broadcast. The dynamic individuals that's coming up next that I'm about to interview, you want your friends to get this information. Share this. We're now sharing it in our groups, our director group, our child care provider group. I want everyone to hear about greatness, grind, and gratitude. Thankful Thursdays, why we are so grateful in the childcare industry, just to be a part, just to care for and serve children, youth, and families. Listen, here are some ways you can connect with us here at Elite. We are on every social media platform: Pinterest, Facebook, Twitter. Hit us on Instagram and also YouTube. This broadcast is streaming live on YouTube as I speak. You can connect with us no matter where, at any time. Elite Results Now. That's our hashtag, that's our handles, that's how we do it. We believe in Elite Results Now. We believe that every provider we serve will be inspired, empowered, and educated. And we just want to reach everyone we can reach. Now listen, Thankful Thursdays, this chat, I'm going to bring on the screen Warren and Nikki, two individuals that I'm excited to share with. I was excited to meet. I'm excited to be able to interview. I'm so humble that they decided to even consider sharing with me. So I want them to introduce themselves and tell you who they are and what they do and why they're special to this industry. And they're going to discuss their joys of being a director and their joys of just working in the field. So, Nikki, hey girl.
Hey, what's going on? How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Tell us about yourself and who you are, what you do, how you give back. You just have a big heart. I love you so. So I really wanted you to share tonight.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited about being on the platform today. My name is Nikki A. Kaiser, and I am 30 years in the early child care industry. When I say that I'm a dinosaur to this, I'm really truly a dinosaur, like literally makeshift. You don't know anything about those creating those amazing imaginational things that we have now today. We've talked about it in our lives of the Lakeshore. Well, that was a dream back in the day to have a beautiful place like Lakeshore, where we
Right.
were the creators of Lakeshore. And so, again, I love that opportunity that has been provided for me 30 years ago to come into this industry and just come in as a teacher. I just wanted to come and get a little check and do a little work. And that wasn't my
Yep.
goal. But of course, somewhere along the line, a little kid took my heart, snatched it, put it in their pocket. And from there, 30 years later, I wouldn't change it for the world. I do actually help families. When I say families, I'm talking about early child care programs become a quality serve program. So I'm on the consulting side of things now. But of
Good.
course, I always consider myself a continuous learner. And really, truly, I enjoy the quality of learning the new age and new fast forward things that we're doing here in early child care. But in my other part of my life, I have a nonprofit organization and we help families. It's called Simply Her Movement. The Her stands for Helping, Empowerment, Restoration. So each and every day, we're serving underserved, underprivileged families and providing them with their basic, essential household needs. We find that 85% of the families that we serve, they don't have their basic needs. Whereas you may be able to go into your home and get your toilet tissue and your toothbrushes. Well, that's a struggle for some families.
Yeah.
They literally have to make a decision to say, should I buy my hygiene needs or should I pay my bills? And so we help them and really truly navigate them through with resources and providing them with those available options. And so I'm super excited. Thank you so much for having me here on the
Yeah.
platform.
Well, it's so good to have you. And Mr. Warren is not a stranger to Elite. We love collaborating with him. Love just his heart, his willingness to always serve and give. So he's always going to be at it with the Elite family because we love him so. So
Yeah.
Warren, tell everyone what you do and your
Yes.
superpowers.
Well, thank you so much, Mrs. Petteway, for having me on the platform again. I adore you guys. I love all of our industry leaders, all of our friends here in early care and education, because we play a valuable role for
Yeah.
so many in our communities. And, for the past 16 years, I have just been a strategist. I've been a visionary. I've just been that front end person to really go into like the trenches and really do what I do best, which is empowering our communities, empowering our teachers, empowering
Yeah.
essentially everyone connected to the child. I started this in 2007 just as an after school gig, like working at my local YMCA and
Mm.
having the director, Miss Mallon, say, you know what, Warren, there's something more to you than just being in this after school program. So she literally put me under her wings and she showed me the back end of childcare, of
Oh
how
wow.
to run a program and how to deal with licensing. And from that, I was like, I can do this. Like, I love empowering people. I love providing the solution to the problem. And that's how I got into being a director back in 2010. Unannounced. The director left and I just turned 21 and they said, hey, Warren, it's time to move up being a director. And
Wow. I never knew that story.
I did a credentialing program and then, Mrs. Pettaway and I, she knows the story, and she kind of helped me through that process because I really didn't know where to go.
Mhm.
I didn't know what to do, and that's so important. For the past so many years, I've been able to just really pay that back. People
Yeah.
who are in the darkness in this field, being able to provide my families, my staff members, my parents, just solutions. For the past 5 years, I've really kind of been dabbling in the consulting role. But in 2023, I'm going to make the full commitment in regards to doing consulting, doing training.
Congratulations.
And that's going to be that's my next level, what I'm being called to.
Well, that's excellent. Excellent. It is so good to have you both um, just to share. And so, as I was pondering and about what I wanted to discuss, three words: greatness, grind, and gratitude for our Thursday chat. Greatness, grind, and gratitude. And I wanted to pull individuals who never gave up, right? It's just no matter what have come our way, we continue to not just walk away from this industry, even when it's going through um, so many different transitions. And so, people who still is dedicated to serving children, youth, and families in some capacity. And so that's one of the reasons why I really reached out to you all, and I really wanted to start discussing some joys, right? It's November. I have this motto that we're doing. My husband, he a trailblazer. He came up, he said, listen, we're doing no negativity November. That means
Mm.
no negativity. And so I thought about all of um the different trainings, the different, sometimes you create content to be able to help someone with a problem. And as I was discussing with you all earlier, how so many times after the pandemic, well, I wouldn't say after because we're still inside of, we're not in the heart of it anymore, but we're learning to live with the things that was brought forth, COVID, Delta, all those different things. We're living through it and we're thriving and we're surviving, but those things kind of push our backs against the wall. And in this industry of childcare and early childhood, educators, directors, teachers, employees that work in facilities have been just to the point of dealing with the aftermath, the people walking away from the industry, not having enough resources, not knowing what to do with the resources, and different things. So a lot of our training content and different things is teaching them how to thrive and survive within this new world. I wanted to push pause and really talk about some wins and be thankful for the things that we have so far conquered within our profession. And so, with that being said, what are some great accomplishments this year? Some things this year that you all have conquered, like some personal things that you've seen so far as you've done your organization, Nikki, and just some real big accomplishments and wins, Warren. Y'all go ahead. We're talking now.
Yes. Yes.
So which one you want to go first? Nikki, go ahead. Share.
Go first. I'll go first. No problem. Definitely. One of the big wins for me is that I have really truly enjoyed watching the families that I have served. And when I'm talking to families in my early child care, because I do as well consulting, my new directors have achieved some goals that during this pandemic time, things were so crazy with licensing and the changes and all of the new rules and things. But I have saw my directors actually go through their reporting and their inspections, and they really truly won. I had one director to call me, and she was so excited about an opportunity to navigate through the minimum standards with a rep with something that she had battled with in the past. And so to hear that she was excited about knowing that the book works. That's one thing I told her. I say, child, the book will work. Just use it. And so she was so excited about it. And just to know that you have a director who may feel they may be scared because of licensing. We know that that's one thing that a lot of people, they fear. Directors fear licensing because of the unknowing of what's in that book, that standard. And so for her to be able to walk with that standard, open it, and her and the license rep was able to go through it, I thought that was a big win. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of the centers that I serve, they're in more of a low income community, and they battle with what they need as far as the way that their locations are presented and the way that they're carrying themselves and trying to transition into the new standards of dealing and living up to what license is asking of them. So to have a director to call and say, we did it, we passed, I didn't get any deficiencies, that was a big win. And so I'm celebrating them to that degree, because that's something that I love to let directors know, that you can truly have a quality program no matter what part of town you're in. You just have to really seriously use that book.
Right.
So that was one big thing for me. And then I'll share another big win for me this year is that in my nonprofit organization, we have acquired 4 new relationships. So we now have Amazon, we have HEB, and we have 2 more that I can't speak on yet, but just know it's huge. And so I'm super excited about that. And being 6 years old in nonprofit ownership, that's a huge win. Like everyone I've talked to, they're like, oh, you're acquired them? Oh, that's a big one. So I'm excited about those wins. Definitely.
That's amazing. So Warren, you want to share?
A few of our accomplishments have really been resilient in our team members. At the beginning of the year, we had an unexpected storm. Essentially, someone that I was grooming to be the director that had a really good relationship with our team members. She just left the facility, and literally with that, we had a lot of staff that left because of that, because they had a very deep connection. She was like a motherly figure to our girls, and it was a car accident, and they were very attached to her. And since she wasn't coming back, it just created a lot of emotions. But the accomplishment that we had was basically our resilience and being able to see these young ladies work under pressure and really embody our vision, you know, being okay to say yes, but then also seeing them respect their boundaries, because there were multiple times in that season where I would ask them, can you do this? And they would say, Mr. Warren, I can't. This is just a little too much. And me being their supervisor, being their coach, being their mentor, respecting that boundary. So that was a really big accomplishment, because I personally like to lead how I lead my life. And how I lead my life as a manager is having healthy boundaries. If I know I can't do something, I'm going to say I cannot do it. So to see our team members being able to model what I model in our facility daily, that was a good woohoo moment in my book, because it shows me that the team members are always looking. They may never acknowledge it, but they're always looking. And that gave me more power that, okay, I need to be on my game. I can't just give up, because girls are looking at me. You know, everyone is looking at me. Everyone's looking at the manager. And another accomplishment that has come up this year is that once you do good, it's addicting. Everyone wants to do good. Everybody wants to create healthy boundaries. Everyone wants to be.
That is so true.
Everybody wants to be in that energy. And then when they're in that energy, business is good. The children are happy. The parents are happy. So right now, presently in our program, we are having a really good time because everybody's happy to come to work. No one's calling out sick. So again, it's
creates a good environment, positive.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so, Warren, what are you doing? What are you thinking of this holiday for your team? Any celebrations to go?
You know, what I did at the beginning of this month, and I asked I asked our team, what would you like to do for Christmas? Because there's a lot. Again, I want to be open to suggestions. There's a lot of traveling. Would you prefer a bonus? Would you prefer us to go out for dinner? Like, tell me, you guys kind of talk amongst yourself, and let me know what you guys want to do, and we'll make it happen.
Right.
So what they don't know is we're going to do both. So
Yay!
yes, the last day, the 19th, I believe it's the 18th or the 19th, when they get their last check for the year, they'll have a bonus amount in there. And then we are going to, it's going to have to be after the new year, but we're going to do a celebration of 2023. Let's go out for dinner. So they're going to get both. So I gave them the option to choose which one, but they'll know. Maybe they'll know. Some of them may be watching this, but hey, it's okay. You guys will get both. So
okay.
I just
bringing out the secret hat, the secret sauce. Over here at Elite, we normally do small things like the bonus. This time, I don't know if I would say this and not be offensive, but hey, I own the company. This is one of my favorite teams. I mean, the group of women that I have, the level of professionalism, how they try to really mark goals, reach goals, just dedication to their craft is one of my favorite groups. And I mean, I may show it. I try to show it so much, but this year we're doing a company Christmas party, and we're going to do, I've blocked off a room for karaoke. And so they're going to do karaoke and colors. So each individual, they're planning it. I just jump in for the fun, but each individual will have a significant color, and that's the item they're going to bring. And we're just about to have all kind of fun all night, just singing and transforming into, listen, I'm coming with all of my vocals, right? I can't wait. I'm about to sing and have fun. By the way, I can't sing, but karaoke, you can just do what you want. And so we're just gonna have fun. One of the things they wanted to do, and it was just one of the ways that I wanted to celebrate with them and celebrate our wins, of course, other different things. But I just really wanted to take some time to really show them how the gratitude, not just constantly having time going by, so Nikki, you talked about ways that you do with your organization, also coaching and consulting with others. And I just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about supporting staff, and open that up, because one of the things of showing, I'm starting to learn, is a lot of people don't feel appreciated. And so we can't talk about gratitude without talking about appreciation. And so I know with your nonprofit organization, you get a chance to spread appreciation and gratitude and look for, some people are thankful. Some people don't even know how to utter it yet, right? We're in hopes
Mhm.
they get to a thankful heart, thankful spirit. But, as you have been seeing in the field, what are some, ways have you seen or have done that just allow people to feel appreciated?
Well, one thing for sure is that as I was a director and a owner of a childcare facility, I was always coming in with fun, right? I was a tough one. And they told me that I was, Miss Nikki, you just a hammer, you tough. And I was like, yep. But one thing for sure is that they knew she loved what she does. She loves her job, which is kids. And so we're going to be able to see how much she loves kids through the work that she's going to train us to that level. One thing I was always mindful of, and that is that I need my staff. I cannot do this job by myself. Licensing says that I have to have X amount of people in this building. So
Yeah.
I always kept that in front of my mind. And so if I can say one thing for sure, know that they are needed. So I used to always call them the superstars. We had stars on the ground, and I would just play music for them every morning and let them know. Our song at the time was Diva by Beyonce. And so they would just come in, and I would have sunshades for them. And I say, you're the superstar. You're the celebrity. And the children really, truly let you know that you are the celebrity, because when you come into the classroom, Miss Such and Such is here. Like, the kids would go bananas as if that was their favorite celebrity. You know, so that's something that I reminded the teachers of. You're the superstar, you're the celebrity. And I would always tell them, thank you. The word thank you goes a long way. You may not ever be able to say in a long drawn out sentence or a whole speech to the staff, but thank you. I thank you every day for serving. I thank you every day for coming. Even in the midst of frustration, I appreciate you. I thank you. Thank you is something that really, truly, honestly, I don't care how much you are feeling overwhelmed. If someone just says thank you, and if you think about it, someone just saying thank you, because it's the simple way to just show your appreciation. So thank you is the word.
Yeah. And so sometimes as directors and we and leaders, managers, it's just a high capacity. This industry is high capacity. It's moving, it's changing your day. You can have a day where you're sitting and you can have a day where you're moving the entire time. And
Mhm.
so putting words in the forefront, like the thankful, thank you, in the
Mhm.
forefront of your mind, um, you have to do. I did this training and it's called Lift. And I talk about, in the middle of that training, talk about the need for an applause, and
Mhm.
how taking your hands and putting them together for people and applauding
Mhm.
people and what they're doing, and applauding people, and it shows this gratitude, this appreciation. And I
Mhm.
always teach directors to applaud if they see one of their employees doing something good. And the kids, I do it all the time, and you know, the kids will stop, and
Yes.
my daughter does it. She's like, "Yay, daddy, good job." But it is so illuminating. It
Mhm.
really um can eliminate a lot of pressure. And so not just stopping in your day to think of kind gestures like
Mhm.
thank you.
Yes.
um and because sometimes, yes, it's their job, so sometimes that's in a person's mind. Oh, it's their job, so what am I saying thank you for? You're saying thank you for because they're a team member. You're saying thank you because we're working together for a common goal. You're
Absolutely.
saying, you're showing appreciation and applause, not just because they're doing their job, because you want them to feel good because they're a part of you and they're a part of the vision. And so having that mindset,
Mhm.
it's a mindset of growth, it's a mindset of leadership, it's a mindset of, of gratitude. That's
Mhm.
what we're talking about. If you want to be great, it's not okay to just be great. And that's why I
Mhm.
put greatness, grind, and gratitude,
Yes.
because it's not greatness can be momentarily and
Yes.
temporary,
Mhm.
right?
Can I say something else
Yeah.
there? So another thing too is that people love to hear their name called. I used
Oh,
to always say cheers. We have a cheers attitude here. Cheers, Norm, Norm. So when you're calling a person's name, they really are
personal,
excited about it. And so
personal.
that's another thing. You have to recognize them, call their names out loud. Thank you, Miss Johnson. Thank you, Miss Susie. Thank you. I appreciate you. And that alone, because just as children get excited about hearing their names, adults have that same, that's their same reaction. I mean, if I call your name, hey Sheika, hey Warren, you get a smile on your face
Yeah.
because it's
You
like, see,
remembered me.
it
You're
just
thinking
happened.
of
See,
me.
to hear
Right.
your name called. And so that's something that I was always when I did tell them about thank yous, I was also having the cheers attitude because that's important. So
Yeah,
yes.
definitely. Definitely. Thank you so much. And so, Warren, as we wrap up, if I that powerful story about how you became a director and when you kind of shift into that management role, if you had one piece of advice that you can give a fellow listener that's a manager, um, what would that great advice be? You were such a good advice giver.
Yeah. Yeah. First, I would say have a backbone and know exactly why you're doing this and prioritizing yourself. So prioritizing yourself will be the predominant one.
Mm,
When I started back in 2010, I was just in this role and I wanted to please the teachers, I wanted to please the parents, and I was starting to burn out. I was making false promises that I couldn't fulfill. I thought I could fulfill them in the time. Yeah, I can do that. I can do that. But then in the middle of it, it kind of fell down by the wayside. And then it just created a very bad taste in individuals' minds and mouths. And, so what I've learned is that setting priorities for myself, because when I put myself as a priority, again, going back earlier, people will see that and start putting themselves as a priority. And now we
yeah.
have a team that are putting themselves as a priority, but we're still working for the greater good of the children in the
Yes.
community. Yeah. So that would be my advice for giving any director is put yourself as a priority, have those healthy boundaries. Don't take work home. Only have a certain time that you're going to be doing center related activities because the same activities, the same things that are trying to get you in the nighttime, it's still going to be there in the morning time.
Mhm.
It's not going to go away just because you respond to that email at 10 p.m. Right. So yeah, putting yourself as a priority, putting your family as a priority. Yeah.
I really appreciate that. Thank you all so much. I I'm very, very grateful to have you all. And listen, I'm thankful for you. So I want to say thank you for our Thursday chat. Next Thursday, I'll be live on Thanksgiving. I'm going to just come in and share a little, sprinkle a little magic dust there, and a little gratitude there, and a little smile. And so I just want to personally let you both know how much I respect you all, what you bring to the table. And I thank you so much for going live with me to be able to share what we're thankful for. And to the audience, I am so happy that you all have tuned in. And I just want you to take this positive energy and be thankful and be grateful. And I want you to be able to share some positivities in your various places. Remember, no negativity November, and be thankful. And so, and have gratitude. So, thank you so much for tuning in to our Thankful Thursday chat. Have a great afternoon. Bye bye.
Bye.